The Sony FX9 has been causing quite a stir in the video production industry for a while. What distinguishes this camera from others in its class? For starters, it has a full-frame sensor that produces a cinematic image with a shallow depth of field, giving your footage a more immersive and artistic aesthetic. The Sony FX9's dual-based ISO system provides it a versatile tool for any production. However, does it live up to the hype? In this video, we'll go deeper into the Sony FX9's features and performance, providing you with a complete grasp of the value FX9 can bring to your video production. Despite the high price, Sony is well-versed in the needs of professional filmmakers, as demonstrated by the success of its FX7 camera. However, as technology has advanced, cinematographers now require a full-frame sensor for improved ISO performance and shallow depth of field, as well as a customizable autofocus system that uses face detection. In addition, live streaming has become increasingly important, and internal RAW recording is preferred for extensive footage grading. To address these needs, Sony has created FX9, an advanced version of the FX7, with stepless built-in ND filters, long battery life, professional connections, and comfortable ergonomics. FX9 boasts all the professional controls of a traditional video camera, including XLR audio inputs, and an extended battery life. It also incorporates a full-frame sensor and hybrid autofocus technology from Sony's Alpha mirrorless series. Moreover, the FX9's exceptional low-light performance is made possible by its dual native ISO sensor and Sony's advanced color science, which is based on its high-end Venice motion picture camera. Although the FX9 features a 6K sensor, it downsamples the signal to C4K and doesn't offer internal RAW recording. In contrast to its main rival, the full-frame Canon EOS C500 Mark II, which features a 5.9K sensor. However, the FX9 is significantly more affordable than the Canon C500 Mark II. Now, let's take a deep look into its sensor. FX9 can record up to DCI 4K internally, either at 30 frames per second in full frame, or at 60 frames per second with a small crop. And with the help of the XDCA FX9 unit, it can also record super slow motion at up to 180 frames per second in a 2K full frame, or 120 frames per second in 4K or HD, with a Super 35 crop. However, the camera loses all autofocus functions when using the camera's SNQ mode for slow or fast motion capture. One workaround is to change the base set to 60 frames per second, and then slow it down in post, to get half-speed slow motion. If you need faster frame rates, you must forgo the autofocus function. This is a drawback, especially since the Sony A7S III offers 240 frames per second in HD, or 120 frames per second and 4K, with full autofocus. The sensor utilizes a dual-base ISO system, altering the way the sensor collects light and the range of dynamic spread. Opting for a low-base ISO 800 provides an equal number of stops to capture highlights and shadows, above and below mid-gray. However, in low-light conditions, using a high-base ISO 4000 provides 5 stops above mid-gray and 10 below, thereby retaining more shadow detail. Hence, the sensor reacts differently to each base ISO setting, despite the set ISO being the same. Consequently, it's best to use the low base ISO 800 and bright lighting and shift to a high base ISO 4000 when exceeding 1600. Nevertheless, varying gamma settings affect the base ISO, which might create confusion. To overcome this, switching to gain mode ensures that 0 decibel runs on the base ISO, regardless of the color settings in use. Sony FX9 is perfect for capturing stunning professional-grade footage that will leave your audience in awe. Whether you're working on a documentary, cinematic project, or anything in between, the FX9 is up to the task. And with its range of customizable features, you can fine-tune the camera to suit your specific needs, and get the shots you've been dreaming of. But let's talk about what really sets the FX9 apart. The full metal body and exceptional color production. This camera is built to withstand anything you can throw at it. Whether you're filming in a rugged outdoor conditions, or navigating tight indoor spaces, and when it comes to color, the FX9 truly delivers. The custom and S-Cinetone settings produce breathtaking hues that will make your footage popular. But of course every camera has its limitations, and the FX9 is no exception. The lack of a recording may be a sticking point for some users, but if you're willing to work around that, this camera is an excellent choice for any serious filmmaker. In fact, it's hard not to feel a sense of excitement when you pick up the FX9. It's a tool that empowers you to capture your vision and bring your creative ideas to life. So why settle for anything less? Okay, that was all about the Sony FX9. Thank you for watching. As always, like it, leave a comment, and tell your friends about it. Also, if you want more videos like this in your feed, subscribe to our channel.